And welcome back to Weather Authority Live. Apparently, our commercial break went a little quicker than we thought, but here we are. Alex and I are back with you. And Alex, let's talk about what you wanted to talk about today, because I am very interested in hearing more about this.
Yeah, so this is the Storm Prediction Center's severe weather risk areas. You showed one that we have for Saturday on our map. Now, this is what it'll look like on their website. There's not a ton of changes they made. You can see the one on the right, the new one, looks a little bit cleaner. It's a little bit darker green where the marginal is. They took the main thing they did is they took off the words from the map and they put it off on a legend on the side, and they really started highlighting the numbers, which we already do. And I think personally, it's just a much easier way to understand the risk levels instead of marginal, slight, enhanced, moderate, or high. We've had a lot of people saying enhanced sounds higher than moderate.
Right.
Why are they called that? Well, there's history to it, why it's called that. So they are going more with the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is easy to understand. 1 is the lowest level, 5 is the highest level.
Correct.
And if you're under a level 5, that's the worst case scenario.
Which I believe, I was going to say, I'm just going to bring this in real fast before we keep going on this, because I wanted to see, I believe this is what we did in even our legend. Look at our legend.
Yeah, we have the 1.
The 1, because I put the 1, the 2, the 3, and we always talk about it anyway.
I always say level 1 out of 5.
Yeah. So that's good. Okay, so that's one thing.
So we're not going to, what we show is not going to change any.
That's right.
The risks are still 5. There's still 5 of them. They still mean the same thing. This is what will change a little bit more. So this map is showing the tornado risk for, this was back in the Super Tuesday in 2011. This is just an example.
Okay.
But the old way, you can see it has the percent chances of a tornado occurring within a point, which is kind of confusing. That's why I don't show these maps very much.
You're right with the percentages, because what does that mean?
With a 25-mile area, you have a 2% chance of seeing a tornado in the green, a 5% in the brown. And basically, the scarier the color, the higher chance for a tornado. That's the simple way to put it. The old way, it has that hatched area, the black lines.
Yes.
You look on the old side, they would only ever issue those for a 10% tornado risk or higher.
Okay.
The new thing is they can issue one of those hatched areas under any risk. And what the hatched area used to mean is an EF2 or higher tornado is possible.
Okay.
So now there are 3 different hatched areas on the new way. They're called severity levels.
Okay.
Or intensity levels. They're called intensity levels.
Yes.
So you have intensity level 1. That's for the same thing as what the old one was for. EF2 tornado is expected. But the thing is about the new ones, intensity level 2 is the strongest tornado that could be possible that day would be an EF3.
Okay.
Intensity level 3 is the strongest possible tornado would be an EF4 or EF5. So basically, there's intensity levels 1, 2, and 3. And the difference really is you can have a marginal, not a marginal risk, but you can have a very low tornado threat, like a 2%.
Correct.
But still have the intensity level for an EF2. So that's a scenario where you have very few storms are expected. Like one storm might pop up. But if that storm does pop up, it could be an EF2 or stronger. So
this would be a great thing of March 2nd, 3rd, 2020, because we only had 2 supercells the entire night pop up. But they were strong.
Yeah, that'd be and before, they would only allow themselves to do the EF2 hatched area if it was a 10% risk or higher. So it would kind of limit them. So now there's a lot more, just a lot more information you can get, and it doesn't limit the National Weather, the Storm Prediction Center as much. And then finally, we'll go to this last graphic real quick. It just concludes, it summarizes everything. There are 3 intensity levels for tornadoes. That's what I talked about. You can see a reasonable max of EF2, EF3, or EF4 for intensity level 3. And then there's wind intensity levels for 74 miles an hour or higher, which was what we would have before for the hatched area.
Right. Yes.
But now there's also 2 other levels, one for 90 plus mile an hour winds that could have a derecho, and the intensity level 3 is for high end derecho, which is one of those crazy, crazy strong wind events with 100 mile per hour plus winds. For the hail, they only have 2 different intensity levels because they said, once it gets over 3.5 inches, the impacts are pretty similar.
They're big.
And it's also pretty rare to see.
It doesn't happen that much. But when we do, it's monstrous.
Yeah. So this stuff is really a change for more of us.
Right.
We might start showing, the tornado intensity graphic some on air if it warrants it. I know Marcus does show it sometimes for additional just information, but really this is going to be more information for us to then put it on our graphics because you have that risk graphic.
Right.
the severe threats that has
and
the bar graph.
that shows.
That's
So that's
going
to help me.
Yeah.
And even if I put it over top like a tornado risk of a lower medium,
Yeah.
then say strong possible.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that it gives us more information to then update our graphics so they're a little bit better as well.
And I think of like May 3rd, 2020, that was a derecho that me and Davis were on for. That would have probably been a high-end day because it came through and came from Kentucky all the way into Tennessee and kept going into Georgia. It was wild. Okay, well, Alex, you always bring great information. Thank you.
Yeah, I love it.
He's my little researcher over here. Don't you forget it. He's good at his job. He knows what's up.